Welcome in to the Wiffle Wednesday live chat, episode 25. Missed last week. Someone already liked the video. You guys are awesome. Missed last week because I was and still am. I don't know if you can hear it. I feel like I can hear it. I still have a lot of sinus pressure. I feel like I'm still really nasally. Missed last week because I was sick, and I was like functional, but I had no energy. I could get up for I don't know, maybe an hour, 2 hours at a time, and then I would just crash. I went to a card show on Sunday. This is when you know I don't feel good. I went to a card show in Independence, so luckily it was close. Thank goodness it was close. I looked at one table for a while because he had good value boxes. I was flipping through the value boxes, and picked up some interesting stuff, and then I went to I paid for that stuff. I went to a couple more tables. I looked at like maybe 5 or 6 cards here or there, and I was in and out in under 45 minutes because I just felt like I was not doing well. The energy level absolutely crashed. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a cup of coffee, drink some orange juice, and lay right back down. I think I spent the rest of that day in bed. Maybe got up to like get food at one point, but I was not doing well last week. I think Sunday was the worst day. Monday wasn't great. Tuesday wasn't great. I had a whatnot show scheduled for Sunday. I had no chance to do that one. So I moved it to Bowman is here. I have 100 blasters, 2.5 cases coming. That should be here. It said between 1240 and 440. So that's coming at 437 for sure. But I ended up having to move that show to Tuesday. Tuesday rolls around. I think I could have done it on Tuesday, but I was like, you know what? Let's just push it one more day. So I pushed my whatnot show to Wednesday. It took me a full week to just feel like I could even wake up and ship because I had shipping over the weekend. And when I got up Monday to do that shipping, I would do like 10 at a time, and then I'd have to take a break. I'd do 20 shipments, and then I'd have to take a break. I was just zero energy. But went to urgent care on last Wednesday. Actually, I think it was exactly when I would have been filming last Wednesday. I went to urgent care. And they're like, yeah, you got a viral infection. We can't do anything. Get over it. I was like, oh, cool. Thanks. It's not really what they said, but it was pretty close. I took a couple of the tests. I had COVID tests or whatever, and all that was negative. So I hope not. I hope not. I feel more energetic, but I'm also sleeping like instead of my normal 6 to 8 hours, I've been getting 10 plus because I just feel like I need it. I did have our season opened last night, so I did play baseball last night. I was DH and then entered the game as pitcher late in the game. So I wasn't like running on and off the field. I wasn't fielding. The one inning of pitching, when I came off the field, I felt like I was a little tired, but it wasn't like I'm about to pass out like I was when we had practice last week. So in case you're wondering, went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a line out to right field. Hit that ball pretty well. He was just right to him. And then I pitched to the last inning. We were down 5-2. Struck out 2, gave up a hit, walked 2. So I had the bases loaded. My whip is 3, but did not give up a run. So first inning of the year pitching, had to get a little rust off. But curveball was rusty. Changeup was really good. Fastball was spotted well until it wasn't. Honestly, that's kind of how I've pitched the last couple of years. Is my fastball has been really good until it isn't. I don't know if it's a focus thing, a mechanical thing, or what, but I will spot, we'll say 5 fastballs in a row, and then I'll throw 5 fastballs that they all do the same thing. Whatever it is, they all do the same thing. It's usually low. I do live low, so that's good. But I'll just hit the bottom of just below the zone, or bounce one and just sit there below the zone for some reason. But last night was no different. The Jacob Pierce experience, as I call it, was on full display. No runs allowed, but definitely had 30 pitches in an inning. Not great, but we got through. It was very Slade Ciccone like. Slade Ciccone had 4 scoreless innings yesterday, but he gave up 6 hits, like 4 walks. The guy's whip is through the roof, but hey, he did not lose, and the Guardians did win last night. Top of the AL Central. We're getting to the point now. I think we're 40 games in. We're just under 40 games. I think 40 games is a point in the season where things actually matter. The Mets being still terrible, that matters. The Guardians being good, the Rays being good matters. The Yankees look better than I expected. The pitching's been really good. I think I underestimated how good Cam Schlittler is. The lineup is producing because Ben Rice is a stud. Aaron Judge is. I don't even think Aaron Judge has been hot yet. Like he's been good, but he hasn't. He hasn't taken over games, and he's still. Yeah, Kyle Raleigh. Yeah, he's pooping the bed. Um, but Cal Raleigh, we did not expect him to come back and hit 60 homers again. He's probably like a 220 hitter who has 40 homer power. The year before in 2025, no, that was last year. In 2024, he had what? I think it was 29 homers, and he showed. That's exactly what I'm saying. Judge has not even gotten hot yet, and he's still. I think he's one behind Murakami still. He's still just crushing the ball. He hits a home run like once every 3 games. But he hasn't had one of those streaks where he homers like 7 days in a row, which is weird because I feel like a lot of players have had that streak so far. Trout had one of those. Murakami had one of those. For some reason, Colson Montgomery had one of those. Kyle Schwarber's in the middle of one of those. Sal Stewart did it. There's just been these periods where these guys are homering 5, 6, 7 days in a row, and then none for another week. It's really weird. And Judge hasn't had his yet, so I'm expecting Judge to just go off, and it'll be one of those seasons where we're looking like, oh, he could break his own home run record. Oh, he could win the Triple Crown. Oh, the MVP is his, and it's June 2nd. Just one of those seasons from Judge. And he, like we said, he hasn't even like started that ascent yet. I think one of the other things that's happening this year that's really interesting is Shohei Ohtani's just like, yeah, I'm going to try and win a Cy Young. I mean, Paul Skeens has been unbelievable lately, so I think it's going to be easier said than done, but a top 3 finish does seem very possible. Nolan McLean's pitching well, so he's going to have something to say about it. It would be really cool to see a Nolan McLean, Cam Schlittler, Cy Young for AL and NL. You know, just new wave of pitching coming in. Tarek Skubal has been fantastic. Paul Skeens has been fantastic. Zach Wheeler, Garrett Cole, all those guys in their mid-30s have been really good, but it would be nice to see a healthy young crop come through. Obviously, Paul Skeens is very, very young. We already know what Paul Skeens could do. I wish Paul Skeens would strike out one more batter per inning. And obviously, that would like make his K rate 18K per 9. But I would just like him to strike out 2 or 3 more guys per start. He has the stuff, but he does pitch to contact. For a guy who's as good as Paul Skeens is, he pitches to contact. It's really interesting. He gets a ton of weak contact. But listen, I don't know what's going on with Ohtani. He did finally homer last night, so his home run drought is over. But I think that's the longest in the last, like, it was on his time with the Dodgers. I feel like that was the longest he went without hitting a home run. I could be wrong. That's not like factual that I looked up, but Ohtani really focused on pitching. He's missed a couple games where he's only pitching, which is really interesting. I did not think he would do that. He is getting a little bit older, so maybe the focus really is on winning the Cy Young or attempting to win the Cy Young. Also, the Dodgers, this is what they always do. They don't give a shit about the regular season. They are playing for October. Tyler Glasnow goes on the IL as Blake Snell comes off IL. I'm guessing if he was on another team, he probably could have come off a month ago. Although the Yankees kind of did it with their rotation too. I think they slow played Rodon and Garrett Cole a little bit. Garrett Cole was throwing competitive inning, I think 1 inning in the early April. So I think his next start is he's either got one more or should be at the majors. Yeah, Ohtani's never been the batting average standout that Judge is. Judge is a 320, 330 hitter. I think you and I talked about this, Joe, at the beginning of the season. Judge versus Ohtani, hitter versus hitter. Judge is the superior hitter. He just can't go out and throw seven innings of 1-run baseball. But if he's not hitting, it's not as I shouldn't say it's not as impressive. It's so impressive. You gotta go see him after he hit that guy. I think it was Caleb Bonham. Maybe that's who it was. Guy hit a home run off him, and then Cole hit him the next time up. I love that. I love that in a rehab start. Guys in midseason form already. But yeah, I was absolutely pooped. Obviously, I still watched and listened to baseball. I'm still kind of locked into the season. I had my own practices. Game started. So baseball season is fully in swing for me. With that said, I don't know how much I will actually be playing this year just because I don't know how many games I'm going to be able to go to. The move is happening. I started moving some shelving and So my girlfriend came over and helped me clear out the entire kitchen. She helped me clear out the entire bathroom. So like I have a plate and a bowl. It's not that drastic, but it is close. It fits into one little square box. And then in the bathroom, I have like soap and my toothpaste. Like, don't stink. We'll see you at the end of the month. And then I started moving some shelving and some bigger stuff this week because I want to. Once I put the shelves in, then I can start putting cards on the shelf, and then I have all kinds of stuff by the door ready to go. This is so Bowman comes out today. I have 100 blasters coming. I'm going to try and rip through those today. Listen, you are 100% right. I could get by with a plate, a bowl, and a fork. Like that's it. That's all I need. Um, but I've been eating a lot of Greek yogurt, and I just don't want to wash that bowl every single time. I'll do it twice a day. Uh, but the stuff is by the door. The move is real. Once this Bowman comes in today, I'm going to rip through this today. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and get a case done today, and then sell singles tonight from that, and then do the other 60 boxes when I wake up on Thursday, and sell the rest of that on Whatnot as well. I'm going to do 2 nights of Bowman shows. I already have them scheduled on my Whatnot channel. I'm just calling it 2026 Bowman singles, night 1, night 2, tonight and tomorrow. So I think the goal today is to get a case done, sorted, and prepped for the show by 7:30. And then tomorrow I will do the remaining 60 boxes for night 2 and work in singles. The Murakami paper selling for $158. I know that was a week early, but that is absolutely wild. I love to see it. Also, I still don't think he's going to win AL Rookie of the Year. I think Kevin McGonigal is just such an all-around player. He will be able to beat the cold streaks that Murakami will absolutely have. So I think McGonigal is my pick. Chase DeLauder. I mean, if you put the numbers next to each other for him and McGonigal, DeLauder looks pretty good as well. So I will absolutely capitalize on selling Murakami the red rookie refractors. I saw a guy bust a case last night, and he did an excellent write-up of his Bowman break. He pulled 70 parallels. Of those 70 parallels, 40 are reptilians, which are 1 per box. So that's not like that's not a huge indicator. Oh yeah, I mean it's wild. I know people just love their getting the card first, but it is crazy that people pay that much for that first card. Like if you're bidding $70 on a paper rookie, let alone that it went for double that. Mike, what's going on? I'm good, man. Other than being sick, I missed last week. Other than being sick, things are good. I don't know if you can hear me. I still feel really nasally. Like even now, I feel like I could go blow a couple snot rockets, but we're here. So this is what I would consider a bad Bowman case. They pulled 70 parallels. 7 of those were the red rookie logos. So I don't know how many rookies are in here. Probably 30 plus or minus. If you pull a Murakami, that's a $60-ish card right now. I guess maybe more. I'm assuming on eBay it would be more, but on Whatnot, it's probably 60-ish. So 70 parallels overall. 40 of those are reptilians. 13 were chrome parallels. The best was a gold. 17 paper parallels. The best was a pink. Hopefully the paper parallels are a little bit better for me. And then 1 rare insert. So one of the essential case hits, which was the Patchworks, which I have not, I've seen the pictures of them, but I have not seen how the market will react because that's new. So I will check those out. Overall, just 70 parallels plus, base cards of the top players. I'll probably have 100 singles, I would guess, to sell tonight. And yeah, that he pulled 3 autos. He expects the odds to say 4. So I'm hoping I'm on the 4 side. And I would love to pull a rookie auto. My hope is that I pull a green refractor rookie auto. Who I don't care. Obviously, I care. I would love to pull Murakami. But that would be a winning case for me. Game day, what's going on? Because green refractors are still only in retail. So if I pull a green refractor auto out of retail, that's the only place they are. But that would be cool. That's my hope. A nice green refractor rookie auto of somebody. And I'm not expecting 1 per case or anything like that. But if I pull 1 green refractor auto out of the 2.5 cases, I'll be ready. I mean, I like Kevin McGonigal. I don't know where his cards are going to settle. The main reason I like McGonigal is because when I watch him hit, his at-bats are just so much better. I mean, yeah, I would love to pull Michael Harris yellow rookie auto. That'd be insane. Um, but McGonagall's at bat is just it's so competitive. Every at bat, he just looks like he looks like he's uh Jose Altuve. That would be like my comparison because the size isn't really not that different. But it just feels like he's locked in on every single pitch. He makes you work. If you make a mistake, he will hit it. He's not going to hit it 40 home runs with those mistakes, but I think he's got 25 homer potential and a three. I mean, hitting in Comerica. This is the last year we get to say Comerica, by the way. Hitting in Comerica is probably like just a huge advantage for him because it does have the bigger outfield. So I don't know. Man, McGonagall looks really good, and I'm already annoyed as a Guardians fan that I'm going to have to watch that guy for, I assume, 15 years. I don't think they could let him leave under any circumstance. Detroit's always been willing to pay up for their guys. They didn't pay Tarek Skubal, but Tarek Skubal's probably going to get $400 million. I don't know. The loose body in his elbow. We'll see. Pardon me. This is actually my first cup of coffee today, so running on fumes. I was looking at prospect.analytics.com. This guy, Bob, I talk about him all the time. Big Bob Sports Cards or Big Bob's Cards. Maybe that's what it is. He did an incredible write-up. You have to pay for his stuff. I think you get one free article. This might be one that you could get, prospect.analytics.com. But he did a write-up on his top 25 hitters from 2025 Bowman. And he has Andrew Fisher, 7th, which is probably like a guy that I'm looking to pull. He played for Italy in the World Baseball Classic. He's on the Brewers. He is a little bit older, but I do think he could climb pretty quick. He's 22. I think he could climb quick and make it to the majors pretty quickly. And then he has his number one guy is Edward Florentino for the Pirates. He actually has every guy broken down. This is the amount of stuff that he puts in. This is insane. He has their entire signing bonus. He has all their fielding hit, their raw power, speed, fielding, everything that they have graded. It's all here. What level they're at, how old they are, their risk level, their WRC plus, OPS, ISO, walk rate, K rate, K minus walk rate, swinging strike percentage. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, Florentino's his number one, but there's just so much info. I can't wait to dive into this more after the stream is over. I would share the screen, but like I said, it's a paid service, so I don't want to blow my guy's spot up. I think it's $10 a month or $100 for the year. So this is one of the first things I would say it's one of 3 things I've ever paid for in sports cards knowledge. One of them being Card Dealer Pro, and then PSA membership, which is Card Ladder. If Card Ladder didn't come with a PSA membership, I probably would not have a PSA membership. I would only buy Card Ladder. I can't believe I operated so long without using Card Ladder. So if you are into buying and selling cards, get Card Ladder. It is a must. Yeah, it is nice to see. I mean, the people not striking out 40% of the time, and teams are absolutely prioritizing this now, not only in drafts but also in development. So it is good to see. McGonagall's really good at it. JJ Weatherholt hit his 8th home run last night. It's nice to see these guys who are actually focused on being good baseball players and not just hitting a home run. In that same breath, there is still spots for these home run hitters because if Cleveland had a guy, if Rhys Hoskins was I think it was 2017 that he blew up. If Rhys Hoskins was the 2017 version of himself where he hits a home run every 10 at bats, the Guardians would be in a much better spot. They had a game the other night versus the Twins. They gave up 1 hit. It was a leadoff home run through 9 innings. They gave up literally 1 hit to Byron Buxton of all mother effers. Byron Buxton, he's so good. And then they didn't give up another home run to the 10th, or I think it was the 11th. And who was it? Another Byron Buxton extra base hit. This time it was a double, scored a run, and the Guardians lost 2-1 by giving up 2 hits to Byron Buxton. The issue was that the Guardians only had 2 hits. They had opportunities in the 9th and 10th, and there was some bad luck. They had the expected batting average on the 3 balls that they hit in the 9th or the 10th with a guy on. and they were all smoked. One of them was over a 700 expected batting average and just didn't land. The Twins decided to play the Gold Glove defense across the entire infield. Rice, Wilson, Ben Rice, and I thought that was one person. Ben Rice, Jacob Wilson. Yeah, Ben Rice, man, Ben Rice. Thank goodness he's back. He missed what did he miss? He missed essentially a weekend, and then he came back and he was 0 for 11, I think. It was 3 straight games where he didn't have a hit. I was like, please don't tell me Ben Rice is ruined. And then he did hit another home run the other day, so that's good. Jacob Wilson looks to be struggling a little bit. I haven't looked into his stuff recently. He started off the season really well. He had a couple home runs early, but I want to say he's fallen off a little bit. But what am I? The Athletics, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. The Athletics lineup looks really good, man. They're fun. I wish they were going into Vegas like right now so they could capitalize on some of this marketing. Shea Langoliers is a free agent at the end of the year. He's having one of those seasons where he's going to probably get himself a couple 50, 60 extra $1 million by having the season he's having. I hope he stays hot because I've always enjoyed him. It kind of got a raw deal going from Atlanta to Oakland did that trade for Matt Olson. But it took 2 years, but this year it looks like both sides are finally reaping the rewards from that. So we'll see what happens to Langoliers. He's hitting the crap out of the ball, not just homers. He is taking incredible at bats and hitting the cover off the ball. It's fun to see. And then what else did I have on here? Oh, 2026 Bowman. Yeah, just the amount of parallels that the Blasters are providing, case hit opportunities, and Langoliers is in Triple Crown territory. Jeez. I mean, it's a long season, but he does have the ability to win in home runs. I don't know if his batting average could stick that high, but let's see. I think DeLauter's up there. DeLauter has a 300 average. We know Aaron Judge is going to heat up, and he'll be above 300. Will he be at a 310 or 330 range is to be seen, but yeah, it could happen. It's interesting. I didn't know Langoliers was up there for everything. That's really cool. I love a good like Triple Crown watch. It's fun to see. It every year it always seems improbable too. Like it just seems impossible. I remember watching when Miguel Cabrera did it, and it just felt like no one could ever get Miguel Cabrera out. Of course they could. He still only had I think it was like 334 batting average, but man, he was nuts that year. He won the MVP, 340. He's hitting 340. My God, I had no idea it was that high. 25 RBIs feels a little light with 12 home runs. We'll see. I'm going to watch it. I really like Shea Langoliers, so I have no problem with that. He's always been a guy I've rooted for. I want to say he was 2019 Bowman draft with the Braves. That feels right. 2019 Bowman draft. I'll stick with that. I can't wait to I know that the season is the season, but I love the end of the season awards. Like just show me what everyone's going to do. I want to know right now if Cam Schiller is going to win the AL Cy Young. I think he can do it. I find myself rooting for him because I bought one card of his that's worth more than a couple dollars. So that's weird. Like from a Guardians fan, I'd rather see Parker Messick win it. I'd rather see Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams finally settled down a little bit. He had three of his last 4 starts. I think he's given up 3 runs or more. So that's kind of that's going to be tough to hold the Cy Young votes. I think he's still in like the range because of his strikeouts, but we'll see how that trends. Skubal out. I'd rather see Skubal win it than Schlittler, but I do find myself rooting for him simply because I have a single card. I locked it away in the safe, and I'm just like, well, now I'm a Cam Schlittler guy. But it's fun to see him succeed. Just let him go a little bit longer. I want to see his pitch count rise and let him be a workhorse. I want to see 7-8 inning starts. I think he's done a couple longer starts, but his last 3 or 4 have been shorter. Still 6 innings, 1 hit or 2 hits, 8 Ks. That'll go a long way. The move of moving a million cards. That's what I put in the title. It is. I haven't started doing it yet. Like I've started trashing cards, but I haven't started actually taking cards, putting them in a vehicle, and driving them across town. What I'm worried about is the up and down. I'm gonna have to move these cards upstairs, And a 5,000 count box, moving it across the room is really not that big of a deal. But a 5,000 count box, now I want to know. We're going to do an experiment live. Let's see. I don't know if it'll actually fit right there. Maybe it'll fit here. Let's see how much a 5,000 count box weighs. I'm guessing 15 pounds. I can't tell what that says. I think it's 17.5. Oh, why won't you hold? Riveting. 17 pounds, 3.8 ounces. So, yeah, you're moving 20-pound boxes up and down stairs. Probably, I mean, I know that I have 38, well, I've trimmed that down to 35. 35 boxes of listed inventory. Behind me, I have another 11 boxes of listed inventory. Plus, I have the 6 shoe boxes of listed inventory. So that's 50 boxes of just my eBay inventory that's listed. And that's in this room. And then I have another room where I probably have I could probably duplicate this exact amount of cards again. So, yeah, moving this is just going to be a lot of up and down, a lot of steps, a lot of walking and moving. I'm ready. I could do it. But I'm excited. After this Bowman release, I'm going to do a sale tonight, tomorrow, and then Sunday I will do my shipping. Monday I'll do shipping, and then I will probably shut it down after that. So on the 19th, 6 days from today, that's a Tuesday, I'll probably shut it down and just focus on moving for 12 days. I'm going to have to get addresses switched, obviously get the stuff actually shifted. I'm going to have to clean, and then I will have movers for the bigger stuff. I don't need them touching the cards. I'll take care of that. But for my desk, couch, bed, all that fun stuff, the movers can handle all that stuff. Yeah, see, I could tell. I do see that the Yankees are cutting back his innings. I feel like already, let alone later in the season, especially, I mean, they should make the playoffs. If they're in a playoff hunt, I could see them with their rotation depth, not going to a 6-man full-time, but pushing either his start back one day or doing kind of what the White Sox did with Garrett Crochet at the end of his tenure with them. They would pitch him like 3 innings and then have another starter go after that. I could see them doing that with Schlittler. Maybe they put Will Warren with him and they kind of pair those guys to keep both of their innings down and their pitch counts down. So I could definitely see that happening at the end of the season for Schlittler. Spencer Jones going deep today. He hasn't hit a home run yet, right? Just some base hits. I'm happy he's up. He's not the prospect that George Lombard is. He's kind of just a power only guy, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but it's cool to see him up. Once Dominguez is healthy again, is it just a 1-for-1 swap? He's right back down. I don't know if they've talked about it. I saw AJ Ewing get called up for the Mets, and then Ryan Waldschmidt for the Diamondbacks. Waldschmidt looks like they just said it's your job now, because the Diamondbacks DFA'd Alek Thomas. Then they traded him to the Dodgers, which is really interesting. The Dodgers, man, they're always making moves. That roster seems like it's like impenetrable, but they're always making moves for these fringe guys. It's really interesting. So I'm curious what their plan is with Alek Thomas, if they're going to have him sit in AAA and just be a like late end of the year pinch hit guy, or if they don't really have a long-term plan and they're just going to see if they can fix a couple things. I always get worried when the Dodgers pick up a guy that someone else has kind of given up on. Are they going to Max Muncy him and turn him into a 35 homer guy with just like unbelievable power? Because Alek Thomas had his moments. He had a lot of potential. He had the prospect pedigree. I remember at the 2023 NLCS, I watched him hit a game-tying home run against the Phillies, and it was that I was in Arizona when it happened. That place went nuts. That was really fun. That's one of my like top 5 game moments that I've ever been to. Mainly because I looked at my buddy and I said, Alek Thomas is about to hit a 3-run homer. And then he did. And then the place went nuts. And then they made a Tops Now card of it. And I have that in my PC. And yeah, that's just one of those things I enjoy. So yeah, I'm curious what Alek Thomas looks like with the Dodgers, what their plan is overall. If they could just like kind of flip a switch on him. I swear they do that with players. So we'll see how that works out. overall, the season is really, really weird. The National League is kind of dominating. The American League has what, 4 teams? It might not even be 4. It might be 3 teams above 500. Yankees and Rays are just crushing everybody. The Guardians hanging out a couple games above 500. And then the entire NL Central was above 500 up until I think a day or two ago. But yeah, man, I love baseball. The whole season is so fun. I can't wait to see how it turns out. I know I just said like I want to see how everything ends. I want to know who the World Series is, but we're 40 games and we're a quarter of the way in. Let the games play on. I love baseball so much. My Bowman should be here relatively soon. I'm mostly ready, but I am going to shut it down so I can get the area prep, do a little bit of shipping. So I really like having shipping at 0 when I do a product break, because then I could just focus on the product. I'm not worried about literally anything else until the next night, because I have 24-hour shipping. So as long as the shipping is clear once I start, I'm good to go for like 36 hours. Guys, thank you. Sorry I missed last week. Hopefully that's not a trend in the next couple weeks. I will be going live, but I don't know how long it'll be because I won't have as much to talk about. I won't be doing as much eBay stuff. We'll see. I'll probably talk next week about how the Bowman break went, how Whatnot's doing, and all that stuff. But we'll see. Guys, thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate you as always. Game day, Mike. You guys rock. I will be back next Wednesday. Until then, you guys have a good one. Thanks.